Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and updating on the recent video about the Doctor Who The Collection Escape Room uh, YouTube channel that was up. Now, this was, of course, taken from my video that I did a couple days ago, or was it yesterday, depending on when this goes up. And you can see it was called Doctor Who The Collection Escape Room, had this picture, and had the previous videos posted here with potential upcoming videos. The fascinating thing is, since that video went live, is that the channel looks different now. Let's have a look at what the channel currently looks like. And this is what it looks like now. It's interesting. The channel's name has just changed to Whoniverse. The icon has changed. It still has the @BBC Doctor Who TCER, the collection escape room. All the videos are gone as well. No playlist, no videos. This is interesting because it brings into question exactly what happened and whether or not this was an official channel or just a fan-made channel. Was it a hoax? Did something get leaked? It really kind of throws everything up in the air. So, my thoughts on this. I was always a bit curious why, if the official Doctor Who team was posting the escape rooms, why they didn't just post them on the official Doctor Who channel as a playlist. You could have done a playlist with the ones that had already released. I don't think they would have made placeholder dates for upcoming ones unless someone was just being sloppy, thinking no one would notice, which is just kind of silly. So it's really hard to know what's going on with that. I assume they would have placed the others. It makes sense as a special feature, especially considering I don't think the escape rooms are that popular. Now, they've made so many of them because they did them all at once. I think they filmed like all of them in July of 2023. They're behind the scenes, they've said that the different teams were filming them all at the same time. And so, of course, since they were all done, they're going to put them all on the sets. Why not? But I don't think they've been that popular. I think they're aware they haven't been that popular. So I figured, well, maybe they were putting out on YouTube so people, to get them out there. So people who maybe don't own the sets would watch them, maybe get more people interested in them. As for whether or not that was an official channel or whether or not that was a fan channel, who knows? Why would the channel have changed so much? The BBC could have gotten involved. The BBC could have flagged the videos and struck the videos or filed a copyright claim. Very like the BBC to do that. But usually they nail that immediately, especially if you're putting up like a whole story like that whole escape room. I mean, usually that stuff gets flagged while the video's uploading. I've had that happen. The occasion when I use scenes in my videos, I remember my review for Hyde, which wasn't me talking to the camera like I usually do. I actually just edited together a bunch of footage of that episode to do more like a video like, say, DW Fan 91 would do. Matter of fact, he's the person I actually was asking for advice with that video, because I had to go through several hurdles to get that video cleared, because it flagged immediately during the upload process. And he was really good about helping me and telling me what I needed to do and that it was going to be okay, it just takes time. And that he runs into that with a lot of his videos, where sometimes it takes him a minute to get them through the process so he can get them out. He was a huge help, which I really appreciate. Huge shout out to him for that. So a lot of those videos get flagged like that. So the idea that something like that got through and was up for multiple days makes me think that maybe that was something official. And it's not uncommon even for the BBC to flag themselves, which is hilarious. But also the fact that the channel has gone through so much trouble to even change its name. Maybe because it took all the videos down instead of saying, Doctor Who, The Collection Escape Room. Because it doesn't have any videos of that, it just changed its name to Whoniverse. And I can see the Doctor Who team having a separate name called Whoniverse. So I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's fan-made. I think the only reason I wish I knew the distinction was because then we would know if the ones it was predicting coming, if that was true or not. Whether or not the 5 and 6 ones were coming out in April and the second Doctor one was coming in October. And perhaps that's why, if it was official, why they did that. Just to throw doubt in there. Just so they don't want us 99% knowing, even though for season 21, let's be honest, we still already 99% know. You know, sometimes, much like I think Disney and everyone involved with the Russell T Davies 2 era knows it's a failure, and it is a failure. I don't care what you think. Whether you like it or not is irrelevant. That's cool. If you like it, that's fine. But that's irrelevant to whether it is objectively a failure. And the Russell T Davies 2 era is objectively a failure. It just obviously is. We've seen the fallout of what has happened. It just obviously is. But they're never going to come out and say that, because then that would be admitting it. That would be confirming it. And then everyone could collectively go, see, even they admit that it didn't work. They're never going to admit mistakes were made, because those egos won't allow that. And so that could be the thing here, is they're trying to at least throw some doubt on there so we don't practically 100% know what's coming. And they didn't want to leave them up. So it just cast that little bit of doubt. And I just found it interesting when I checked, because, you know, I had linked that. You know, in the previous video, I had done the screenshot where I showed everything. And then, of course, I had left a link to the page there. So when I clicked on that link, it took me to how everything had changed, which I showed in that second shot. And that was fascinating to me. So I don't know whether that was genuine or not. Whether that was an official channel, whether that was somebody in the know, or whether that was somebody trolling, or what it was exactly. I still think season 21 is next. Those dates are awfully specific. Awfully specific. And that could have been somebody just having fun. On one hand, you think the BBC wouldn't make that kind of mistake. But it's not the first time mistakes like that have been made. And all it takes is that one person who's not paying attention, who doesn't realize they're not supposed to set it like that. You know, the BBC has so many working parts that sometimes the left finger doesn't realize, you know, the left pinky finger doesn't realize what the left index finger is doing, much less the opposite hand. So I still think season 21, March or April. I do. And I definitely think something Second Doctor related to the end of the year. I have found it fascinating about all of this, the fact it was pulled one way or another. Whether it was a fan channel that got a copyright strike, or whether it was an official channel that, again, just a few hours after my video blew, you know, I won't say blew up, it was, 1,000 views maybe. After that video went out, which I wasn't the first person to report on that. I saw other people reporting on that. So I don't want to jump the gun and think I took some kind of scoop or something, because I didn't. Other people on Twitter and stuff were already aware of it. That's where I saw it at. But it was just a few hours after the video went out that when I checked it, everything had changed. It's almost like someone higher up at the BBC either said, oh, somebody's onto us, we need to pull on that. Or they said, oh, some fan is posting our stuff up, we need to copyright strike that, and then had it. Either way, somebody at the BBC became aware of something and made some moves. So I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to do an update video on it. I wanted, again, full transparency, make sure you guys were aware of it. Again, not sure if that was something official. I still wonder why, if it was official, why they didn't just put it on the Doctor Who official channel and just do it as a playlist like they do, you know, like the Doctor Who, the collection trailers and stuff. So I want to know your thoughts. Do you think it's genuine? Do you think it's fake? Do you think it's a troll? Do you think it was just an actual fan wanting to get them up there? Maybe they had some inside information. Who knows? Comment down below. I want to know what you think. Don't forget to click the like button and the subscribe button as well. I also have a Patreon if you would like to support me on that. There is a link to that down in the description. Links to the Amazon wish list are down there. Links to the Amazon UK wish list are down there as well. Also, you can send things from Amazon that aren't on the wish list. I have that setting set up to where if there's something not on the wish list you want to send, you can do it through there too. I want to give a shout out to some of my top tier patrons, Colin Coney, Unknown289, Androzani Major, and Perkins. I appreciate their support, as I do the support of all of my patrons. And my P.O. box is down there as well. Check that out. Most importantly, Thank you for watching.